Hello! So a few days ago the old school team posted the Artisan final dev blog. So let's have a look at why a new skill. Introducing a new skill is something which will create a tremendous boost for old school. It will create a huge amount of excitement and hype for old school, which in turn will encourage old players to play again, attract brand new players, as well as engaging many existing players. The overall impact in old school is you will see an increase in activity, which is something we all want to see. This does not mean everyone that comes back will want to play just a new skill. There will be extra hype around old school, which will attract more PKers, streamers, and all of the other types of players. Even if you're not interested in the skill yourself, the positive impact it will have on the game and the community will be absolutely huge, and you'll be able to play with more people, more players will be PKing, and it will be easy to find a team to take on new bosses. So what will Artisan bring? Artisan is a skill where you learn how to combine different items to make new items. While leveling the skill, you'll be able to gain access to new items, new training materials, and new equipment. In effect, it's Slayer for skilling. Some of the things you can expect to see are 3 new trees with the associated bows, construction items, and other items, 5 new resource gathering areas, 1 new brown door to mine, a new creature to hunt, 2-handed crossbows, craftable cosmetic clothing, new crops to grow, abilities to build your own bridges across rivers, wieldable crafting tools, and much more. But there is a word about balancing. The way to think about the Artisan skill is a skill of new things. It gives you new ways to level existing content, new uses for existing items, and some brand new items too. It is designed to breathe new life into a lot less popular content, for example fire making and low level herbs. Artisan is not designed to replace any existing skills or devalue any current methods of gaining XP. Artisan will not make it easier to level your existing skills, but it will act as an alternative way to level them. Of course, you can level up your skills using Artisan and not have to train your existing skills the usual way, but it will be much more efficient to level them up the current way. Artisan will bring you new ways to use your existing skills to make them useful items. So the key changes between this devlog and the previous devlog, which you can click here to see, I will be going through all the information on that devlog, whereas on this one I'm just going to briefly be going over the changes and the main things in it. So S-Dotic no longer gives a +3 runecrafting bonus. Now when wearing the hat, top and legs, your runecrafting pouches will not degrade. The boots will be removed and the level requirement adjusted. They will be adding multiple Artisan tools which can be made. They'll add more farming crops which can be used to make clothing. They'll add a new level 85 hunter creature, the Wolverine. They'll add Artisan backpacks to the clothing list which can be used to store Artisan items. They'll change the use of the runecrafting totem. They'll add an effect as a slow bonus to reduce the chance of burning food. And players will be able to unlock the ability to craft certain Artisan items outside of Artisan tasks using Artisan points. So the main updates in this devlog is the fact that S-Dotic no longer gives a +3 runecrafting bonus. Now when wearing it you just have your runecrafting pouches not degrade, which will be very useful, quite powerful for runecrafters. So the basics of Artisan is this. You will be given an assignment to gather resources. You will go to a master that will tell you to get resources. For example, pure essence. When you have completed that task, you'll go back to your Artisan master. You will be given the option to have another gathering assignment or a crafting assignment. If you choose gathering assignment, you'll just basically have to gather something else. But if you choose a crafting assignment, then you'll be told to craft something with the thing you've just gathered. For example, if your gathering task was to gather 160 pure, you'll be asked to craft elemental root. When you do a gathering assignment and a crafting assignment right next to each other, you will gain Artisan points. With Artisan points, you can use these to spend at the Artisan shop, which will basically allow you to do things such as blocking tasks, blocking skills, and unlock things like doing non-Artisan crafting tasks such as unstrung longbows. So Artisan will ask you to create various items, so let's have a look at what they will be. Fish fillets, which will basically adding potion effects to food. There will be carvings, which basically give you chances of getting extra ore whilst mining. There will be Artisan tools, which will basically give you better chances of getting special things such as bird's nests, and you'll also be able to wield it without any combat stats. Totems, which give you slightly better chances of getting things such as 2 logs, 2 fish, and decreased chances of burning things. 2-handed crossbows, which will be a lot more powerful but slightly slower. The elm crossbow, which is the highest level one, will not be as powerful as the armadillo crossbow. There will be slow burners, which will burn for longer. You will not be able to burn food on the fires as easily, and they will give slightly more XP when creating them, but they will be slower to make. There will be combination runes, which will basically combine many runes together, such as the elemental runes, which combines all the elemental runes together. Teleport rune, which will allow you to teleport anywhere, but these will have a high pure essence price and runecrafting level to create. There will also be construction shortcuts, which will allow you to create a shortcut with certain materials at certain areas. There will be skilling bracelets, which will allow you to get things a lot faster, only when you're on an artisan task though. Player owned houses, you'll be able to add a artisan workshop in your house, and if you have a figurine in your house, you'll be able to create an item without using the resources. For example, if you make a larder, but you don't actually use the 8 planks you require. And finally, there'll be crafting clothes, so you'll be able to farm things such as cotton, bamboo, sistal, and you'll be able to create many clothes such as artisan things, magician's things, many cosmetic things, and things that help skills such as runecrafting, holding bowstrings, etc. And there's a lot of items like that. So what happens if Artisan doesn't pass? There's been a lot of positive feedback for some of the rewards, and many of us have said that they would like to see this incorporated into existing skills. So alongside the Artisan poll, they'll also let us vote on which ideas we would like to see added into the game if the skill as a whole does not pass. So here are some questions. If Artisan doesn't pass, should they introduce a level 20 tree called the Ash Tree, a level 50 tree called the Elm Tree, a level 85 tree called the Redwood Tree, a level 60 Quartz Ore, a level 80 hunter creature called Great Kayak, a level 85 hunter creature called the Wolverine? Should they add the fish fillets idea? Should they add the carvings idea? Should they add the artisan tools idea? Should they add the totems idea? Should they add the two-handed crossbows? Should they add the slow burners? Should they add the combining runes? Should they add the construction shortcuts? Should they add the quartz figurines? And should they add the farming? And should they add the clothing with the farming additions as described in this dev blog? If it were to be added into the game now, it'd be a lot better than the original dev blog. But I still can't see this in the game, although I like the fact that they're polling some of the ideas. So hopefully we might get things such as maybe construction shortcuts. It was in a player content poll a while back, and I know a lot of the devs really liked the idea, and I think some of the players did as well. So if you've enjoyed this video, please like. If you want to keep up to date with old school RuneScape, please subscribe. I've been Lewis, thanks for watching, goodbye.